Fountain pens and inks. Obsession? Maybe. Welcome to Urban Inkspot. My name is Janine, and can I just tell you what an absolute blast I had last weekend at the inaugural Empire State Pen Show. So this is the first time that this group has done a pen show, this pen show, in New York City. And I am so excited because people really showed up for this event. People really showed up. There was so much energy, so much buzz, and I had an absolute great time. So what I want to do today is walk through all of the things that I purchased and kind of give you a sense of how the show flowed overall. So you can see two piles here. This is from day one. This is from day two. And let me move this to the side and we will start with day one. So they gave us, just a quick orientation, they gave us wristbands to indicate whether we were there for day one or day two. So I'll move these off to the side. At the front, they had the Pen Show Ink by Robert Oster, and it is a shake and shimmy ink. And this is called Central Park Twilight. And it says the Empire Show Pen Show Ink. Oh, Empire State Pen Show Ink. And it is definitely a shimmer. We will swatch this, not today on this video, but we will be swatching this very soon. So this is the first thing that I picked up when I walked into the show. And then I started by going to went to look at some stickers. And my very first stop was at Shady Pines Paper Co. And this says they're established 2023 in Los Angeles. And I had so really great time talking to the ladies at this table. I bought a few different things. This one was I think this was a freebie. Stay fresh, stay shady. Love this, really fun. Got a couple of other stickers from them that were just pretty saucy, and I enjoyed just sitting there talking with them. So these are the three that I originally picked up. And then I overheard some people talking about whether they were from the Philippines. And I have somebody on my team who is based in the Philippines, and I bought her some stickers. She does not know this. They're going to be showing up in her mailbox here pretty soon. I also picked up 100% Pen Enthusiast, which is really clever. This says fountain pen, hand lettering, I guess coffee, can't read that, inks, and brush pen. So really clever. And then there is an Empire State Pen Show 2025, which I will be putting into my journal. And then I got a nice little card from them that says, thank you for your purchase. I went by their station many times and just kept enjoying conversation with them. Really, really charming stickers, really charming little setup, and definitely worth a visit if you ever see these ladies at any pen show. And then I walked over to another table, and I don't remember the name of this table, and I picked up two everyday notebooks. So these are the A5 Tomoe River notebooks, and they said that they were circa 2021, so maybe old Tomoe River. I think that's the case, and this is actually the notebook that I use on my channel very often, so hopefully that's what we're looking at here. Now, I had both of these in my bag within the first under an hour of being at the pen show, which means my bag got kind of heavy really quickly. So that's all right. I continued to walk around, talk to a number of different people at different stations, and then towards the end of my first visit on that day, on Saturday, I stopped by the washi station, and I picked up some black cat stickers. I have a black cat in my house, and let's put this against the desk pad here so you can kind of get a sense of these stickers. Really, really cute black cat club, and then a nice little postcard from them as well. Picked up a couple of stickers from Esterbrook, and I think this might have been Esterbrook as well. I'm not really sure. I should have paid a little more attention to that. Let's see. Oh, here's some more. Carolina Pen Company, and this is before I actually made my Carolina Pen Company purchase. So I spent a pretty good amount of time at the Carolina Pen Company table, and I was trying to exercise a little bit of restraint because of what you see that had just happened here. I knew I was going to buy a pen from Jonathan Brooks. I just did not know which one it was going to be, and I was just trying to give myself time to figure it out because, like I said, I'd already gone pretty busy here in the first hour. But then I walked over to Fountain Pendulum, and I got something that I'm very excited to add to my toolkit. And this is it's not a muddler. So you've seen some of these glass muddlers and also ink swatching tools, but this looks a little bit different. So this does not have a muddler on the end, and it is a flat piece here, and then also a flat spoon piece here, and it's just gorgeous, and I'm really excited about adding this to my toolkit. This is the second tool that I've picked up from Fountain Pendulum. The first one is my little pen rest, which you've probably seen in and out of my videos to date, and have been really excited about this. I have a small New York City apartment, so I didn't have a lot of room for a large pen rest, so this works really lovely for me. I usually just sit it on the top part of my desk and sit a pen there, or put a little pen cap in there at the top corner of my desk. So excited to have this new tool in my toolkit, and we're going to be using this to do some ink swatching at a later date, but not right now. Okay, so that was from Fountain Pendulum. And then I got these. This was so cute. Jonathan Brooks had some extra extra, of course I can't think of it right now, resin left over, and he made some little I guess desk objects, so you'll be seeing this from time to time hanging out in the corner of my desk as well, and also some small pen rests. Now I picked up one, and when I went to go back to buy my pen, they kept encouraging me to pick up a second one, even though I told them, guys, I already have one. But so nice, so generous. Had so much fun just hanging out and talking to them. And then I left. I left the pen show. And because I had so much stuff already in my bag, and it was getting heavy, and I was getting hungry, and so I went home. Well, I stopped and got some food, went home, took a little bit of a rest, and then I turned back around 3:30, 4 o'clock, and went back and I bought my pen. And this is let me actually go get hang on. So I bought this, and I ended up going back the next day to ask them what the name of the pen was. And Unfortunately, I didn't bring the pen back when I asked them that question. So we think that it is PM5, Primary Manipulation 5, but it could be Galaxy Prime. So here's the pen. I got it in a medium nib, and it is just really beautiful. You can see through parts of the resin, which I think is part of its charm. And there is a lot of shimmer particles throughout the pen. And really excited to have gone back to pick up the pen and to add it to my collection. So this is day one. Again, Shady Pines, a group that was selling Galen leather, fountain pendulum, the washi station, and Jonathan Brooks, and the pen ink from the pen show. So that's day one. Now let's take a look at day two, which is a smaller haul of a day. And really what I was trying to do on day two, besides picking up a million stickers, which you will see here, what I was really trying to do on day two is to just stop by a couple of sticker stations that I wasn't able to stop by because it was very busy on day one. And I also knew that I had an appointment with Gina Salarino of Custom Nib Studio to get some nib work done on two of my pens. So we'll start with the stickers that I picked up while I was waiting for my appointment. So the very first, I stopped at Quotations. And I got from Quotations, I love this, Hold Tight to Small Joys. That's just great. This will be going into my journal. And this says, thank you so much for supporting Quotations, proudly an Asian and woman-owned business based in New York City. We're here to celebrate the messy, amazing lives we lead. We hope our goods bring joy, comfort, and connection to your day. Your support truly means the world. And so, wow, I am really excited to have stopped by this station. I actually was first introduced to them at Stationery Fest in August of 2024. And I went around a number of different times, but I never actually purchased anything from her. So I'm really excited to have stopped by her station. I picked up, most things take longer than you think they will. And this is an unspoken truth. I think that this is lovely. This actually resonates with me a lot. And I also picked up, oh, this is so good. What if it all works out? What if it all works out? Okay, then I stopped at Letters to Apollo. Super cute stickers. Now these, I got a whole bunch of different sticker sheets for use within my journal. And these are Scrabble letters. Really, really cute Scrabble letters. And computer key letters, keyboard letters, and some stars, because we all need stars in our journal to just capture the things that are amazing and awesome. And really also very fun station to hang out at, and was glad to have gone on day two when they had a little bit more time. And it wasn't as crowded. Of course, I'm super glad that it was crowded. I wanted all of the vendors who had made it out there to make some good money out of this event and really encourage not only the vendors to come back, but also for them to do this show again, and was really glad to have been able to support these vendors. And then the final sticker station that I went by was Stationery Universe. And I picked up I like mine with a custom grind, which is great. This is from Julia here, which I think many of you may know her channel on YouTube. And then a Stationery Universe little freebie, which I had a lot of fun chatting at this station as well. Then I stopped by Helen's Creations and picked up my very first Troublemaker inks. And as I was trying to decide, they had some pre-packaged sample sets, and I think they were like maybe about 12 to 15 samples per each set. But because I am trying to really collect bottles, but be mindful of my bottle collection and the count of bottles that I have in my collection, it was very hard to narrow it down to one, but I picked up Tablea. And again, just like with the Robert Oster ink, we will swatch these in a future video so you can see what they look like, and we will put them into a pen. And then I got 2 nibs done by Gina Salarino of Custom Nib Studio. And on Saturday, I actually went by their station and sat down when, there was an open chair where I could try out some of the different nib grinds. And I knew I wanted to get a grind on this pen, but I wasn't sure what I was going to do. And I finally settled, after a pretty good amount of time testing and talking and thinking and deciding, I finally chose the Sharp Italic for this Sailor Pro Gear Slim that I have in a broad nib. And then for my Grail pen that I picked up in January of this year, I had a cursive italic done on this pen. Now this one was a little bit more custom than just a cursive italic. And you can see in this where I was writing with a bunch of different pens and trying to decide what I was going to do. And we decided a halvesies is what Gina suggested. They said, how about we go a halvesies, somewhere between a sharp and a smooth? But we ended up going, like I said, with a cursive italic. And I am just really so excited. Let me actually write with these so that you can see what these look like. So this is my Pilot Custom 823 with a cursive italic. And this is my Sailor Pro Gear Slim, and this is Iris Nebula colorway, and this is a sharp italic. Now, one thing Gina said, which I thought was fantastic, they said that the sharp italic is kind of a sleeper grind, that not a lot of people know to get it. They are often looking at cursive italics and smooth italics, but this this sharp italic, it gives a nice bit of feedback. And that's one of the things that I loved about this nib before I had it ground, is that it had already some really interesting smudgy feedback that I loved. And so we were able to kind of maintain some of that feedback on the pen, but also do a nice custom grind on it so that it has a little bit more personality in the pen. And I am so excited about these. And then at the very end, and I've been going to Gina for a very long period of time. I've probably had all but one of my pens that I've had custom ground have been done by Gina. And this is my probably one of the most exciting things that I got at the pen show is I have a custom Nibs studio with 2 of their cats on here, and it was so much fun just hanging out and talking to them and just really enjoying all of the excitement that was happening around the table and as people were getting their nibs ground. So a really great time overall. I would say if you do have an opportunity to stop off at a pen show at any point in time and spend a little time with the makers and the nibmeisters and the small stands that are putting their art out into the world and really making this community what it is. I had so many great conversations. It's what makes these pen shows, it's what makes it for me. Now, I recognize that not everybody has the opportunity to go to a pen show, but if you do have an opportunity to go to a pen show, I would highly, highly recommend it, because all of these people are contributing to the overall experience. So the makers, as I've showed, the makers are creating something wonderful and putting it out into the community for us to enjoy. And the nibmeisters are doing some incredible work and are really there to help create a writing experience that can be unique to you. And, the pen makers, the item makers, the people who are selling inks, the people who are creating fun and meaningful and inspirational stickers. I mean, it's all part of the vibe. But I also got a chance to hang out with Maria and with Dory and Basil, and we just had a lovely conversation at one of the tables. I met a gal named Raina, and we just had such a great time talking. I mean, it's just so many people, so many fun experiences, just being able to celebrate what it is that we love about this hobby, about this community, about the different pieces and parts that make up the whole of what it is that we are celebrating here, which is a lovely hobby made up of a lot of different awesome things. So thank you so much for stopping by. I value every minute of your time that you spend with me on this channel, and I look forward to catching up with you in the next one, where we're going to talk about a little bit more pens and inks. We're going to play with some inks, and until then, write simply, love deeply, and be infinite. Bye.